woodlands and the rivers are calling out to me. It's the country that I live for, the place I long to be. Come with us, we'll take you on adventures by the score. We're the sportsmen of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Hi folks, welcome to another show. Today's show, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to have some of our good friends, Greg Elms and Danny Lowe, along with Peter Tucker, who you guys know is no stranger to the sportsmen. They're going bear hunting with the bow.
Now that certainly adds another element to the challenge of the hunt. Oh, I've never done it myself.
Us two old guys, we're getting a little bit old, so we want some friends of ours to help us out from time to time filming some of these shows. And these guys are good at what they're doing, right?
Yeah, they're the experts.
Now, the boys are heavily involved with the archery club up at St. John's Rod and Gun Club, and of course, they helped us out with our archery booth at the Outdoor Expo this past spring as well. Now, here's Greg Elms going to tell you a bit more about their bear hunt.
The sport of bow hunting has been increasing in popularity in our province for many years. I've been actively involved in the sport for almost 30 years and can honestly say that bow hunting has provided me with some of the most exciting and memorable experiences I've ever had in the field. At the St. John's Rod and Gun Club, we offer members both target and 3D archery, with 3D archery providing the bow hunter with great practice for both big and small game bow hunting. That's exactly what we're going to be doing over the next 3 days. Bow hunting spring black bear in Area 24, Northwest Gander. Fellow bow hunter and cameraman Danny Lowe and I are going to be staying at good buddy Peter Tucker's cabin. Peter is also a bow hunter and he's going to join us on this hunt tomorrow. You know, we're very fortunate to have a healthy population of black bears in our province and both a spring and a fall season in which to pursue this cagey animal. We have had some activity on our bait over the past week or so we're eager to get this hunt started. But before we do, it's always a good idea to check your equipment when you arrive at your hunting destination. So I'm going to take a couple of practice shots with my bow before we head in for this evening's hunt. We'll see you in the stand.
Lock the doors?
Funny guy, funny guy.
Those animals, in spite of their size, can appear out of nowhere and make absolutely no sound. That bear just arrived and didn't announce its presence whatsoever until it was pretty much on the barrel. They're very exciting to see, but they can really appear out of nowhere. Just adds to the whole excitement of this hunting for black bear. folks, as you can see, we just had a young bear approach the bait soon after we got up in the stand. We have trail cam pictures of this bear, but we think we also have some pictures of a slightly bigger bear. So this one doesn't seem spooked at all. The conditions are very good. So we're going to sit back and watch this bear. I don't think I'm going to take a shot at this bear tonight. It's a bit too early in this hunt. But we're going to wait and see if that slightly larger bear does arrive this evening. So we're just going to sit back and enjoy the show. Does it bother anyone? First night in the tree stand, you're getting some show. Spoiled. It's not always this easy. All around that fast. Yeah. She's going again. Wow, that's excitement. Wow, we got a bear lying down right over here, a young cub. About 100-pounder has been giving us a show for the last couple hours. He started acting nervous about half an hour ago. And then one a little bigger came in, one that we determined was a shooter. Heart is beating out of my chest. A little bit high, tad high. There's no rush like this in the world. Wild bow hunting, absolutely the best. He was a little closer than 20 yards. A little bit difficult to see in through the mesh and the flies, but it's a killing shot. We think he went about 10 yards and was lying down just to the left of the barrel. We're going to give him about 20, 25 minutes. See what this other one does. And then we're going to get down and have a look. June 21st, Area 24, Northwest Gander. What a fantastic evening. Doesn't get any better than this.
Well, it's been about 35 minutes since we got a shot on our bear. We're about to get down from the tree stand. As you can see, the juvenile bear that's been entertaining us all evening has returned to the barrel. This could make for a little bit of a difficult situation. He's obviously not demonstrating much fear of us. He can hear me talking, but his stomach is overriding any sense of fear. We're hoping that our bear is about 15-20 yards to the left of that bear feeding at the barrel, and we need to get down and confirm that the bear is down, and we need to get the bear out of the woods this evening and process it as soon as possible. It's a pretty hot evening here. So we're going to get down out of the stand. We're going to do what we can to scare that bear away. Fortunately, there's two of us here, so cameraman Danny here is going to be backing me up as we walk in and making sure that we do this safely and harvest our bear, get it out of the woods, and do what we can to ensure that this juvenile bear leaves the area until we take care of the extraction of our bear. So we're going to get down now, make some noise, see if we can scare that bear away, and hopefully recover our bear in a couple of minutes. Hey! 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 I'll do it.
Try go away, bear. Try that.
He knows the bear is dead, so that's a good sign now, because he wouldn't have came back if he felt threatened at all. Like, this surprises me. Hey! 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 Go on! Go on! I've never experienced that before.
People won't believe you.
No.
But you gotta be really quiet.
Well, you do for the big ones.
Blending with your surroundings.
Well, folks, as you can see, our bow hunt for black bear here in northwest Canada has ended successfully. Our first evening in the stand provided us with a lot of excitement. The young bear that was giving us some entertainment earlier in the evening did return and was on camera after we made the successful shot on this bear. We did our best to scare that bear away, but unfortunately he just hung around the bait and just refused to leave. We made several attempts to get down out of the stand and scare the bear away, but unfortunately he just would not leave. He actually kept us in the stand till just about dark, which delayed our recovery of this bear for a couple of hours. However, he did finally get his fill from the barrel and leave, enabling us to recover the bear. Unfortunately, it wasn't great camera and light conditions, so we ended up recovering this bear off camera. But here we are with our nice trophy black bear. It's a respectable male in the neighborhood of about 200 pounds. The broadhead tipped arrow did a great job. It was a quick, clean, ethical kill. This animal is going to provide our family with some great table fare, and it was a very enjoyable evening. You got to get outdoors and enjoy the great outdoors in Newfoundland and Labrador. Whether you're bow hunting or rifle hunting, black bear provides some of the most exciting entertainment and action that you could ever experience in the woods. Get out and give it a try. Enjoy the great outdoors in Newfoundland and Labrador. Hey Pete, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Glad you made it.
I heard you were successful.
We had a very exciting evening last night, I have to say. You know those two bears that were on the trail camera last week?
Yep.
Well, both of those bears showed up last night and gave us a fantastic show. Managed to take the second one with a successful shot, a very ethical, quick, clean kill, so we were delighted with how the evening went. So there's one more bear left in there.
Perfect. Let's go get him.
All right, let's get shooting, get your bow tuned in, and let's get into the stand.
Perfect.
You know, while Peter's getting his equipment ready, it's probably a good time to touch on some of the challenges of bear hunting. One of them is certainly the insects. Even though we doused down with some scent killer before we left the cabin, obviously the insects can still smell us. We're not putting it on for the bugs, we're putting it on for the bears, but they can certainly still pick us up. Another thing as well is you have to respect black bears. You know, they're the top predator in this province, and while it is a relatively very safe sport, but you need to use common sense when entering the bear woods and trying to harvest one of these animals with archery or even rifle equipment. I'm carrying a can of bear spray here because we have entered this bait in the past and the bears have been on the barrel and we needed to scare them away. So it's a good idea to carry something with you as a deterrent if you ever should bump into a bear while walking in the trail or while you're trying to approach your stand. So always use common sense when you're entering the bear woods. Don't be afraid of the animals, but you have to give them a healthy dose of respect and make sure that if something does go sideways while you're in there, you got something to back yourself up.
Perfect.
Ready to go?
Let's get him.
Let's get them. Peter's just topping off the barrel now with some dry dog food and some marshmallows for the bear. We've got some pretty good activity on this bait, as you can see. There's some bear scat scattered all around the area here. Some pretty good bear trails leading to and from the bait. So we got some activity here, so we're hoping for some excitement this evening. Some things you really want to consider when you're setting up your bear hunting set.
This distance from the tree stand to the barrel, if you take a look back here, you'll see our tree stand is about 20 yards away from our barrel, which is a very good ethical distance for a bow shot. And you want to consider other things like wind direction and the setting sun. You want to make sure that you don't disadvantage yourself by having the sun setting right behind your barrel at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night when you may be preparing for a shot. And the prevailing wind is important as well. Every area has the prevailing winds this time of year, and you want to make sure the wind is blowing from the direction of your barrel to your tree stand so that the wind does not give away your location. You want to make sure that you give yourself as much of an advantage as you can and sit back and relax and enjoy the evening and hope for some exciting action. So we're going to see what's going to happen here tonight. Well, Pete, pretty encouraging to see that barrel was hit since you came in and checked at lunchtime.
Oh, yeah.
Is there much food left in the barrel?
Yeah, there's a good bit. I'd say we spooked the bear out of that.
Yeah, it's hard to get in here and be totally quiet and not make any noise.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll come in before dark.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. Well, folks, thanks for joining us on this hunt. As you can see, darkness is setting in rather quickly. Unfortunately, the bear has not shown up tonight. This concludes our 3-day bow hunt for black bear here in northwest Gander. As you saw, we were successful on the first evening in the stand, but unfortunately the bears have not cooperated over the last 2 nights. But that's hunting. It's not supposed to be easy. I want to thank my good buddy Peter Tucker for inviting me out on this hunt. It's been very exciting as always. He's a fantastic host. I really appreciate you inviting me along, Pete. Thanks again.
You're quite welcome, buddy, anytime.
But I'm guessing the next bear that gets harvested here with a bow is going to be yours.
With any luck, that's
That's the plan.
the plan.
So I guess we're back here in October.
Definitely.
You'll be a little fatter by then.
That's good.
Thanks again for joining us.